Art Shaw is the CEO of RepairPal, a great friend of the fixed ops community, blazing a trail where no one has gone before. Congratulations, Art, on all your success, and welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Thanks, Ted. It's great to be here. We've been, proud to be part of the fixed ops community and the fixed ops roundtable for quite some time now.
Art, you are leading the way. I hear a lot of people talking about your message. So, again, congratulations to you. RepairPal is really making a difference out there. Again, not just for dealers, but for the consumers as well.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that today, which is, it's really about thinking about how the consumer approaches this and how we can change our business in a fundamental way, not an incremental way, to really grow it in a healthy and profitable manner.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you take it away, and the show is yours, my friend.
Thanks, Ted. Put together a few charts so that it could really crystallize the thinking. Here's the big headline. The dealers lose about $214 billion in potential service revenue.
Wow.
That's a lot. Now, these two lines diverge. The one that starts at the bottom, which is repair revenue potential, starts going up. The one that starts at the top at 100%, which is retention during warranty, starts going down. So as the car gets to out of warranty and then to an average age, the profit potential goes up, repair volume goes up, but people start leaving the dealers more and more. In fact, the end of this isn't the end of the life. It's the average age. It's 12 years. And at 12 years, only about 20% of people continue to service at the dealer, not at end of life, but at average life.
Wow.
And so think about that lost profit potential. For dealers, it's almost an accepted part of our industry, and we don't think it has to be.
It's interesting because that age and the mileage determines the opportunity. And it's at that exact point, as you can see where it meets there, that you've got these lost profits on the dealer side.
Yeah, and again, it's almost accepted.
Mm.
Yep, people leave the dealer. Yep, but it doesn't have to be. And the key is those years, that years in the orange with the lost profit are incredible years. They're incredible opportunities to build customer trust and to earn, great profits. So we're a believer that this system can change, that customers can service more at dealers, but we have to change the paradigm to get there.
Wow. Art, what do you think is a contributing factor to the uncaptured potential revenue?
Yeah, so we know that 80% of people leave, right? That's kind of a common view. And in fact, if it's 80% a year, if dealers say 80% retention per year, then that's 80 times 80 times 80 times 80 times 80. So at some point it's low. Let's look at what a comparable is, Ted. What are other industries looking at for retention? Most industries are in 70 to 80% retention, not loss. Year in, year out, across all these different industries, whether that's retail or banking, service, it's 70 to 80% year in, year out that stay. So it's not the normal paradigm, Ted, that is, hey, everyone should leave when the warranty is done. Everyone should leave after I've made my purchase. That's not the way consumers actually think and act. So it's really a challenge. And this, to answer your question, what is it? Customers want transparency. They want to understand what pricing is. They want to understand that they are being treated fairly. It's not about the lowest cost, Ted. People often think, well, they've left because dealers are more expensive. Consumers understand trade offs, they understand quality and price trade offs. And in fact, quality is the number one buying factor in repair, not in the maintenance world of service and maintenance of oil changes, in repair. And so consumers are open to the concept that they're willing to pay for quality, but they want transparency that what they're getting is fair.
It's interesting because you're right. It's kind of accepted now that they leave, right? And, that whether it's 70%, 80%, you know, people throw up their hands and say, well, that's just what it is, but it doesn't have to be that way. And this focus on transparency, Art, has really taken hold, not just on the consumer level, but back at the dealership level for service advisors and giving them confidence as well.
Yeah, think about how many people come to this roundtable and talk about customers as guests,
Hmm.
right? The mindset of thinking like a consumer, not just the internal system, but the consumer coming in, is a mindset that so many people adopt. But we have to change our business practices to get the consumers to understand us. Let's take a deeper dive into some of the data, okay? We know that only 20% of consumers continue to service at the dealer after the warranty expires over time. Most people are doing online research as they do for everything else. 77% of consumers do online research, even for car repair, right? RepairPal is a big player, as we'll talk about RepairPal later. Here's the thing, Ted, 57% don't believe they're getting fair pricing,
Hmm.
right? And most importantly, and this is the single biggest issue, customers not only want transparency, but the issue is that 73% of people stop servicing at the dealer because of price, not because of that bad service advisor you might have had at some point in time, or we're not as close. People are willing to travel for the hopefully uncommon repair event that does happen. They're willing to go a little further for quality again being the number one buying factor. But if 73% of people have negative price perception from dealers, and that's the main reason they stop, we have to address that. We have to understand that and meet that head on if we want to change the paradigm, right?
And Art, if I may, RepairPal, your company has studied this because you've got, which is unique in the industry, you've got millions of people. I'm not sure the exact number, but I know it's several million people a month come to the RepairPal site for service.
Absolutely. So RepairPal has been doing service, repair and service since 2007,
Hmm.
right? So we're embedded, our DNA is around repair and service. We have 4 million uniques coming every month looking up repair and
Okay.
service.
Wow.
That's who we are. And consumers want third-party validation. That's why they're coming to RepairPal, right? They're looking for validation. And if dealers want to change the paradigm and combat the number one thing, which is price concern, then they need to be transparent. And we have been doing that for over a dozen years.
And Art, you mentioned that word transparency now. Um, that's becoming a rock of the foundation here at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. How does RepairPal help bring that transparency to service?
Yeah, so on this chart, Ted, we show the RepairPal estimator. That's a fair price for a car repair using average dealer labor rates, MSR, MSRP on OEM parts. So it's embedded as a quality, not a price war or down price. It's embedded about high quality pricing. It's fair for dealers to have fair pricing, right? Not the highest in the world, not the cheapest. And we are establishing that benchmark for consumers, and they're finding great comfort in that. And this is what drives the 4 million unique visitors we have every month. So, this tool is what consumers are reaching out and finding as a way of gaining that comfort, gaining that understanding, because it's a very vulnerable moment for a consumer when they have a repair, right? They don't know where to go. So, this opportunity for consumers to gain clarity. And this is an opportunity, as we'll talk about in a second, for dealers to share, for consumers to share their transparency.
Love it.
So when a dealer gets RepairPal certified, we'll shift now a little bit to RepairPal. We help dealers show consumers that they're fair priced. We help that with widgets on their website with fair price estimates, widgets on our website. We help it with signage, Ted. And some of the great leaders from the Fixed Ops Roundtable you can see here. People are proud to show that they're high quality and fair price, right? I know not everyone knows RepairPal, but people know you've made the effort to gain third party validation, and we are the leader in service. We've been doing service and repair for over a dozen years. Consumers come to us in the millions for that guidance. And so when you show someone that you're fair priced, they gain that trust to overcome that number one objection, which is price concern. And here's the thing that some of the folks from the Fixed Ops Roundtable have talked about. It's not only changing the consumer's perception that you're fair price, it's also changing the people who work there at your dealership, their perception. They're proud. They have more confidence. They discount less, right? So these signs are internal for staff as well. And here's the thing, it's as simple as this. For a win back when there's a service decline, when someone hears, oh my God, I have $1,200 of a repair, let me think about it, right? When the BDC calls back and they add, and we're RepairPal certified
Yeah.
for fair pricing, the results are amazing. And we have lots of dealers, many of whom speak on your panel, who can share that.
Kathleen Long likes to say there are many sources, many third-party sources, but they're not all trusted sources and they're not all reliable. RepairPal is all of the above. And you're right. When they have this banner at the dealership, it's not just for the outside guest, it's for the internal customers as well, the employees.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Ted, 4 million uniques coming to our site every
Wow.
month.
Wow.
We've established a heritage of fair pricing. It's great for dealers. We can change the paradigm thinking about the customer system, not just the dealer system, not just how to optimize what exists, but how to change what exists, how to change the paradigm, how to address the number one consumer need. And as a result, the opportunity of the $214 billion
Hmm.
is significant. And it's wonderful for dealers to be able to participate in that ongoing length. Again, not just the average age of 12 years, but the half life after that, right? And sure, over time it will diminish, but that's a lot of years from year 3 to year 20
Yeah. Yeah.
of great opportunity when people can understand they're getting a great high quality service at a fair price and overcome that number one objection.
Great graphics, great visuals, and great job in telling the story, Art. And that's our story. That's our retail automotive story. And um, RepairPal has become a big part of that. And you know what's comforting is when you see automotive retail professionals, for example, on social media, sharing their RepairPal certified stories among each other. It's organic, Art, and it's becoming that. More and more retailers want to become RepairPal certified.
Yeah, Ted, let me tell you one more thing about that and the traffic.
Okay.
So we have 4 million visitors every month.
Okay.
Most of them come for some transparency around pricing. We present a high quality, fair range. Well, guess what? We're now beginning to help a consumer who was looking for a price and a repair understand whether that make, model, year vehicle has a recall. And so, even though they weren't looking for a recall, we have a great site where we help people find a recall if they're looking. But even if they weren't, we're helping them understand that that vehicle might have a repair. Do you know the number one reason why a consumer doesn't get a recall fixed once they know they have one?
Uh-oh.
Obviously, if they don't know, that's a big reason.
Okay.
But once they know they have them, it's free, right? And it's a safety issue, but they still don't want to go to the dealer because they're worried about the experience of going to the dealer. So it's not just the knowledge of the recall that we combine, but it's the knowledge of the recall combined with the certification of being fair priced that then says, okay, so if I do have another repair, I know I'm going to be treated well on that. That's a great dealer. Great to know I have a recall. I want to get that fixed for free. And if there's more work, which there often is, I know I'm going to the right dealer. So we combine the two on our site, Ted. We combine the opportunity for a consumer to look for our pricing on a repair and get some help and find our trusted RepairPal certified dealers and to find if they have a recall and then connect that again with those RepairPal certified dealers. And it's all about changing the paradigm as that has existed in sales already. where we go to a transparency, where we go to clarity, where we go to building a longer term relationship with the consumer, not a simple transaction.
And one more thing I want to add, Art. I have heard that your team is I heard it just this week, is very responsive. Dealers, service managers, fixed ops directors say they reach out to RepairPal. They're wowed by your team. You've got the right people in place. So,
I love that.
congratulations to you.
Thank you, Ted. We do training. It's very simple. It
There you go.
doesn't change a lot of workflow. Just adding words like we're RepairPal certified into different conversations like calls and service declines. It's simple. We're here to help. We're here to train. We're here to provide that confidence. And it's really rewarding to hear what you're saying, Ted. Thank you so much. That the team is amazing. They really are.
So if our audience wants to reach out, I know they can do that online, repairpal.com/dealers. And I see that your email is on the ticker as well. Art, is your team going to be at NADA this week?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Look forward to seeing everyone. Please come by.
Great. I've seen a lot of promotion to that effect. RepairPal, everybody, will be at NADA this week. Visit with the team there. If you're not going to NADA, or if you want to reach out in advance, repairpal.com/dealers. Art Shaw is the CEO of RepairPal. He leads the team. His email, art@repairpal.com, is on the screen. Art, on behalf of the Fixed Ops Roundtable and community, thank you for all that you do and having been a big part and continuing to lead the way in this fixed ops revolution.
Thanks, Ted. I'm really proud and honored to be part of it.
And we're honored to have you and RepairPal as well. Everybody, Art Shaw, the CEO of RepairPal, here at the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Thank you.